Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Shefali Singla, and in the session, we are going to continue our discussion on transaction and concurrency control. Yesterday, we started with this topic, and we discussed that what is recoverability and what are irrecoverable, scheduled recoverable, cascadeless recoverable, and strict recoverable. So I hope that you must have revised the concepts and you must have tried the practice questions, and after that थोड़े बहुत PYQs देखने की कोशिश की होगी. This is what I'm assuming, but at least practice questions आपने किए होंगे, right? So कल वाले session में मैंने आपको दो assignment questions दिए थे because we didn't had the master session. As per your request, we are moving. तो एक दो दिन के बाद टॉपिक जब हो जाएगा उसके नेक्स्ट डे और टू नेक्स्ट डे वी विल बी कवरिंग द पीवाईक्यूज ऑन द टॉपिक सो दैट आप कॉन्सेप्ट रिवाइज कर लो. सो एनीवन हैविंग एनी डाउट? So first of all, what we'll do is we'll solve the assignment questions जो आपको कल दिए थे, and after that we'll discuss the concept of serializability. Actually, we can say a schedule to be serializable if it is view serializable, that is necessary and sufficient condition. But we do have one more way to check for the serializability, that is conflict serializable. We need to understand both the concept because sometimes in the exam they'll give you some schedule and they say that given schedule is conflict serializable but not view serializable. Given schedule is view serializable but not conflict serializable. Given schedule is neither conflict serializable nor view serializable. Like that, they can create the options. So you should know how to find whether the schedule is conflict serializable or view serializable. So serializability में हमें यही दो सब topics cover करने हैं. आज वाले session में we will be just focusing on the conflict serializability. Tomorrow we will look at the concept of view serializability. Then we'll finish all the questions from recoverability and serializability, and then we'll move to the next topic. All right. So those who have joined the session, guys, please quickly give me the confirmation if the audio and the video is fine so that we can quick start with our session. Quickly give me a confirmation. So as already we have discussed that what is the agenda for this session. So first of all, I'm taking the assignment questions. This is assignment question number 1. And I told you to consider the options which were given in the previous session. So first option was saying that the given schedule is irrecoverable. Then we have recoverable schedule. But not cascadeless recoverable. Whatever answer you have got, please write that in the chat section. Cascadeless recoverable but not strict recoverable. Cascadeless recoverable but not strict recoverable. And next one is strict recoverable. Very good evening, Kanchan. Strict recoverable. So what is the answer for this question? Have you tried this? और अगर ट्राई किया है तो should I go for the tabular method or directly we can discuss this? I guess direct method follow कर सकते हैं, right? Okay. So पहले डायरेक्ट कर लेते हैं. अगर समझ में नहीं आते then we'll create a table as well. So here this is saying that we are given with a schedule and we have to check that in which category it falls. So these are the 4 categories. कल मैंने आपको एक तरीका बताया था कि जब भी हम किसी भी आइटम को अपडेट करते हैं देन इट्स मेकिंग एक्चुअली द इफेक्ट. अगर आप किसी भी डेटा आइटम को रीड कर रहे हो, कोई भी ट्रांजैक्शन कर रही है, इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू क्रिएट एनी प्रॉब्लम. सो जब तक आपके पास रीड ऑपरेशंस आ रहे हैं, यू कैन स्किप ऑल दीज रीड ऑपरेशंस बिकॉज वॉट एवर डेफिनेशंस वी हैव कवर्ड for the various categories of the recoverability, that is with respect to कि after writing the data item what are we doing. So जब तक read operations आ रहे, just skip it. Now here comes the first write operation. जैसे ही first transaction ने data item x को write किया, immediately it gets committed. that means it is nowhere going to create a problem. जैसे ही data item update हुआ वैसे ही ये commit हो गया. That means here we can say कि it is not going to create any problem, or we can say that this is strict recoverable क्योंकि data item X को read या write करने से पहले it gets committed. This is what we have covered in strict recoverable. So not creating any problem. So we can skip it. Not creating any problem. क्यों नहीं कर रहे? Because it gets committed immediately. So next, let's check for the next one. This is also performing the write operation, but on the data item Z. Check karo, is there any read or write operation performed on the data item Z? After this, there are two operations which are performed on the data item Y, so it's not creating any problem. Next one is write operation on data item Y is performed, and then transaction T2 is performing the write operation on data item Y. And after that, T3 gets committed first, then T2 gets committed. This means that here we can say that the given schedule is recoverable, right? क्योंकि जो transaction ने पहले write किए, it gets committed. It's recoverable but not cascadeless. No, it is recoverable, that is true, but it is cascadeless also. See, understand the reason. Cascadeless में हमने क्या बोला था? Read operation will be delayed until the commit or rollback of the main transaction. Here the main transaction is, first of all, T3 has performed the operation, और T3 के commit होने से पहले no read operation is performed. Right? We have to, obviously it is recoverable, but it is not cascadeless, that is wrong. Or we have to always return the smallest or the most appropriate answer. अगर cascadeless है तो भी वो recoverable तो है ही है. Are you getting my point? If the schedule is cascadeless, then definitely, since it is falling under the category of recoverable schedule, तो cascadeless है तो recoverable तो होगा ही होगा, because it's a subset of that. You get this point? So here only the read operation is delayed. Only the read operation is delayed until commit. सिर्फ read operation delay हुए, write operation delay नहीं हुए. So here the best possible answer is it's option C. So we can say that the given schedule is cascadeless recoverable but not strict recoverable. Make sense? So I'll not opt for option B, I'll opt for option C because it is cascadeless as well. So answer here is, it's C, cascadeless. I guess we need not to construct a table, right? Then I can write the answer here. Guys, is this clear? Answer is C. Given schedule is cascadeless, recoverable, but not strict recoverable. Make sense? Quickly give me the confirmation. This is one of the very important concept. जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि normalization से question आने की काफी high chances है, तो recoverability and serializability से भी एक question आने के बहुत ज़्यादा chances है. Okay, let's move on to the second assignment question. Here also the question is same. In which category the given schedule falls? Is it irrecoverable, recoverable? So what is the answer? Is it option A? Is it irrecoverable schedule? Or option B, which is recoverable but not cascadeless? Recoverable but not cascadeless. What is the answer? Cascadeless but not strict. Strict recoverable. Quickly return the answer. Are you trying, or did you try this as the assignment? से इट्स जस्ट लाइक नॉर्मलाइजेशन. अगर कोई भी रिलेशन BCNF में, तो डेफिनेटली वो 2NF और 3NF में हो गई, तो वी विल नेवर सेलेक्ट ऑप्शन एज 3NF और 2NF. तो हम हमेशा क्लोजेस्ट आंसर देते हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई हियर आल्सो यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द क्लोजेस्ट वन. जब तक read operations आ रहे हैं, it is not going to create any problem. First write operation is performed on the data item X by the transaction T3, and after that it is transaction T2 which is performing the read operation on the data item X. यानी कि commit होने से पहले किसी और transaction ने value को read कर लिया. तो इसका मतलब कि this pair indicates that it is not cascadeless. If it is not cascadeless, so definitely it cannot be strict recoverable. That means C and D cannot be the answer. Now, T2 is dependent on T3. Check for the commit order. अगर T3 ने पहले write operation perform किया है, तो T3 पहले commit होगा. So T3 is getting committed before T2. So अभी तक ये लग रहा है this is a recoverable schedule. After that, there is no other operation performed on the data item X. Then check for the next one. Now let's come here. Here T1 is writing the data item Y, and this is but this is recoverable. Cascadeless नहीं है, but recoverable है ये वाला pair. From here we get T2 is performing the read operation. So this means that T1 should get committed first before T2. So here also this is recoverable. Then this is performing the right operation, so definitely it's not creating any problem. So the given schedule is recoverable, but neither cascadeless nor strict. Strict हो ही नहीं सकता जब cascadeless नहीं है. So clearly the answer for this one is recoverable. यहाँ पे जो main transaction है which is performing the update operation or the write operation, that is getting committed first. So here the answer for this question is it's option B. That is saying that given schedule is recoverable, but not cascadeless recoverable. Make sense? So these were the two assignment questions based on recoverability. I hope that this is clear to everyone. Now let's move on to the concept of serializability. Before that, those who are following this session for the first time, guys, you can subscribe the channel to get more videos, and also you can join my Telegram group, that is Shefali Ma'am Testbook. Link of this group is given in the description box. Benefit क्या है? Session तो YouTube पे आ रहे हैं. First thing is, this is the only communication medium through which I can give you whatever information I want to pass on. And apart from that, for each and every session, I'll be sharing the PDF in the Telegram group. Okay, तो जितने भी YouTube sessions हैं, आपको theory note करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप सिर्फ अपनी practice पे focus करो. I'll share the PDF in this Telegram group, but definitely for that you need to join this group. And apart from that, you can directly ask your doubts from me, you can directly interact with me, you can participate in the discussions which is started by some other students. So these are the benefits. Apart from that, you can also participate in the quiz and the polls. And if you observe, जो अभी YouTube video चल रही है, in the description of this video the link of this Telegram group is there. Just go through it. अगर नहीं मिलता है, watch the video till the end. I'll share my screen and I'll show you that from where you can get the important links. Okay, any doubt till this point? Now we are going to talk about the serializability. First of all, let's understand that what is the difference between serial schedule and the serializability, because yesterday we were talking about the term serial. आज हम ले रहे हैं serializability. Can we use these two terms interchangeably? Can we say that serial schedule and serializability is the same thing? Answer is no. Okay, serial means when one transaction has completed its execution, then only we can start with the other transaction, that is one after the another. That means in serial schedule, serial में no concurrency is allowed. No concurrency is allowed. And here the drawback with the serial schedule was less throughput. Resources की wastage हो रही थी, because when one transaction is busy in performing the memory specific instructions, then other transaction could have performed, could have used the IO resources, but ऐसा serial में नहीं हो रहा है. So that's why we had discussed the concept of concurrent schedule. But there was a problem with the concurrent schedule. Sometimes one schedule is interfering with the execution of the other schedule, so we may not get the consistent database. So since we wanted the combination of both, so that results into the serializability. That means serializability is nothing but this is a concurrent schedule, but which produces the result equivalent to some serial schedule. You get this point? So serializability में जो result आता है, that is same as that of serial schedule, because it always returns the correct result. But here the concurrency is allowed in serializability. So this is the major difference between the serial schedule and the serializability. Concurrency is allowed. So what we have discussed about the serializability, this is any transaction which is non-serial. Non-serial means some concurrent transaction. Concurrency is there. Some non-serial transaction produce a outcome. Output कैसी आएगी? Equal to some serial schedule. Outcome of that schedule's transaction executed serially. Then we call that transaction schedule a serializable schedule. Main objective क्या है serializability में? We have to find out the non-serial schedules that allows the transaction to execute concurrently. जो transaction को concurrently execute करने दे रहे बिना किसी interference के. Okay, so that is the main objective. So the main objective of serializability is to find non-serial schedules that allow transactions to execute concurrently without interference and produce a database state that could be produced by a serial execution. Okay, तो output क्या आनी चाहिए? जो एक serial execution आएगी. अब ultimate goal is how can we check that whether the given schedule is serializable or not. तो अगर कोई भी concurrent schedule है, if its output is equivalent to some serial schedule, then we can say that it is serializable schedule. Let us consider one example. There is some schedule S and we have two transactions T1 and T2, and T1 is performing the write operation on the data item A. Then T2 is performing the read operation on the data item A, then performing the read operation on data item B and write operation on data item B. Now question is this a serializable schedule? Serializable क्या होगा? जब आपके पास दो transactions है तो दो possibilities बनती हैं. What are those possibilities? According to serial schedule, अगर हम serial schedule की बात करते हैं, with two transactions, two serial schedules are possible. That means first of all, execute the operations of the transaction T1, execute the operations of the transaction T1, two operations are there, and then execute the operations of the transaction T2, read A and write, read B. This is T1 and then T2. Other possibility is पहले T2 के सारे operations perform करवाओ and then perform the operations of T1. T2 में हमारे पास दो operations है. It's performing the read operation on data item A and data item B. After that, T1 is going to start with its operations, that is going to perform the write operation on data item A and write operation on data item B. This is when we have T2 and then T1. इसके अलावा और कोई possibility? There is no possibility. अब check करो कि ये जो आपके पास serial ये जो concurrent schedule है, this is some concurrent schedule. is this producing the result equivalent to any of the serial schedule? क्वेश्चन समझ में आया? हमारे पास एक कॉन्करेंट शेड्यूल गिवन था, मैंने पॉसिबिलिटीज ली है कि सीरियल शेड्यूल के इक्विवेलेंट कब हो सकते हैं, व्हेन इट इज प्रोड्यूसिंग द सेम रिजल्ट इक्विवेलेंट टू सम सीरियल शेड्यूल. सिंस दिस इज द introduction phase, so that's why I have taken both the scenarios just to check whether it's producing the same result. अगर हम ऑपरेशंस देखते हैं, T2 is getting the value from T1, यानी कि जो T1 ने वैल्यू राइट की है, T2 is reading that value. And second read operation, इससे पहले no transaction has updated the value of B, so this is the initial read. Initial read means this is reading the value from the database. You get this point? Now check कि इनमें से कोई ऐसा स्केड्यूल है जो इन दोनों कंडीशंस को सेटिस्फाई कर रहे हैं. T2 is performing the dependent value, it is getting the value which is updated by transaction T1. ये ठीक है. After that, we are performing the read operation on the data item B under the transaction T2, but now here it is not performing initial read because read करने से पहले some transaction has already updated the value. So this operation is not equivalent to what was actually given in the concurrent schedule. Difference आया? So this concurrent schedule is not equivalent to the first serial schedule. Other possibility is कि पहले T2 को execute करवा दो. If we are going to execute the T2 first, so B is getting the initial read. This condition is fine. हमें initial read चाहिए था, मिल गया. But A के लिए भी हमें initial read मिल रहा है. But we wanted the value of A which is updated by the transaction T1. T1 तो बाद में value update करे, उससे पहले T2 ने already value को read कर लिया. So this is not what was actually required. So this means that the given concurrent schedule is neither equivalent to first serial schedule, neither second serial schedule. So we can say that this is not serializable. इसके equivalent कोई serial schedule आ ही नहीं रहा. The given concurrent schedule is not serializable schedule because equivalent to the schedule is there is no serial schedule. Make sense? But definitely in exam we are not going to do this much, because if you are given with the three transactions, we know that total possible schedules kitne aate? It is sorry, uh, total serial schedules are equivalent to 3 factorial, that is 6. तो हम 6 सीरियल शेड्यूल लेके कंपैरिजन ऑब्वियसली नहीं करेंगे. ये क्लियर हुआ? Have you understood the difference between the serializability and the serial schedule? Quickly give me the confirmation if it is clear. Hurry up guys. I haven't started with the topic for the day yet. Topic is conflict serializable. We are still on the introduction to serial schedule. Come on, be interactive. Be the active listeners, active participants. When I'll not be getting any response, I'll consider this as that you have understood whatever we have talked about. All right. So next is if we talk about the types of or classification of the schedules based on serializability, then we have two categories: classification based on serializability. Like in recoverability, there were 4 categories, but serializability. But under serializability, there are 2 classes. First one is conflict serializable schedules. Conflict serializable. And second one is view serializable. So let's go to the first one, that is conflict serializable schedule. Conflict serializable mean what we have to do is we just want to find out the conflict pairs, and from those conflict pairs we'll construct the precedence graph, and if there is some acyclic graph, then we can say that the given schedule is conflict serializable. Okay, so that is the testing condition for a conflict serializable schedule. And if it's a cyclic graph, अगर आपके पास precedence graph में cycle बनता है, तो that means we won't be able to get any serial order which will satisfy all the conflict pairs. So we will say that the given schedule is not conflict serializable. And in other, they may ask that which of the following given schedules are the conflict equivalent. So in the conflict equivalent schedules, what you have to do is simply find out the conflict pairs, and after swapping that, if you are getting some serial schedule, then it is conflict equivalent. So conflict equivalent of given schedule should be some serial schedule. Now question is, what is a conflict pair? Because the complete dependency is on the conflict pairs. So conflict pair means there will be two operations, and one of the operations should be the right operation. Okay, one of the operation, because read and read is not going to create any problem. One of the operations should be the right operation, and definitely it has to be performed on the same data item, and both the operations should be from different transactions. For example, if I'm writing the operation like R1 of X and R2 of X, is it a conflict pair? No, this is not a conflict pair. Okay. Performing the read operation on data item X and performing the write operation on data item X. Now, if you observe here, data item is same, transaction number is different, and one of the operation is the write operation. So we can say that second one is the example of a conflict pair. Our write operation on data item X, read operation on data item X. So one of the operation is the write operation performed on the same data item by different transactions. So this is also an example of the conflict pair. Write operation, write operation. Here, both the operations are the write operations performed by different transactions on the same data item. So it's a conflict pair. Now I'm giving you a few examples. Just let me know if it's a conflict pair or not. X and Y. Is it a conflict pair? Is this a conflict pair? Hurry up, guys. This is not a conflict pair, although here both the operations are the right operations performed by different transactions but different data items. Different data item here, so that's why it's not a conflict pair. I hope that you get the definition of the conflict pair. If you have got this, that means half of the concept is already over. So different data items, so not a conflict pair. आपने ऑब्जर्व किया होगा यहाँ पे जो मैंने कंडीशंस लिखी हैं, आई हैव यूज द कीवर्ड एंड, यानी कि ये तीनों कंडीशंस फुलफिल होनी चाहिए. अगर एक भी कंडीशन गलत है, देन इट्स नॉट अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट पेयर. ओके, ऑलराइट. सो नाउ लेट्स गो टू द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबिलिटी. हमने क्या बोला है कि सीरियलाइजेबल मींस इक्विवेलेंट टू सम सीरियल शेड्यूल, और वो कहां से मिलेगा? इफ देयर इज सम सीरियल शेड्यूल which satisfies all the conflict pairs, then it is serializable. Now let's find out the conflict pairs. कैसे attempt करना है इस question को? We'll find out the conflict pairs. Again, two ways are there. Table construct कर लो. If you want to directly करना है, directly कर लो, कोई problem नहीं है. Okay, so how you want me to handle this? Should I construct a table? So we have three transactions, T1, T2 and T3. दोनों से कर लेते हैं क्योंकि first question है. First of all, it's performing the read operation on data item A, then write operation on data item A, read operation on data item C, write operation on data item B, write operation on data item A, write operation on data item C, read operation on data item A, read operation on data item B, write operation on data item A, and write operation on data item B. So what we have to do is we have to find out all the possible conflict pairs. If we are taking read operation on data item A, तो यहाँ पे conflict pair कब बनेगा? Transaction number should be different, data item should be same. Agar read operation next should be the write operation. Is there any write operation which is performed by transaction T3 on data item A? Yes, it is there. So this is one of the conflict pairs. So read A is returning one conflict pair, that is T2 and then T3. Yes. After that, this transaction is also forming a conflict pair. This is returning T2 and then T1. These are the two conflict pairs which we have got from the first data item. और यही आप directly भी check कर सकते हो. Read operation on data item A. Check for write operation on data item A. Is it the different transaction? Yes. So this is the first conflict pair. Is there any other write operation on data item A? Yes. So this is forming the second conflict pair. That means the first read operation has returned two conflict pairs. So this has returned two conflict pairs, that is T2 to T3 and T2 to T1. How are we getting this? Because here it is performing the operations as W3A and R2A and W1A. You get this? Similarly, we have to check for other possibilities. It's performing the write operation on data item A. Now I'm checking for this one. This means that read or write both will work on different transactions. So writing the data item A. So this is returning the conflict pair, that is T2 to T3. This is returned by W2A and W3A. दोनों ऑप्शंस बचे आपके सामने, आप कोई भी फॉलो कर लो, राइट ऑपरेशन है. सो इट इज रिटर्निंग दिस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट पेयर. And is there any read or write operation? Yes, there is a read as well as the write operation. So this is going to return T2 to T1. T2 to T1 आप यहाँ पे check कर लो. This is performing the read operation and the write operation. You getting this? How I'm finding the conflict pairs? So this is returned by W2A R1A. This is one possibility, and W2A and W1A. Same conflict pair. Next, read operation on data item C. Is there now we want the write operation क्योंकि एक कम से कम write operation होना चाहिए. So there is a write operation but on the same transaction, so not forming a conflict pair और कोई possibility नहीं है. With R3 of C there is no conflict pair coming up. W2 of B, write operation on data item B. Now we want read or write operation on data item B. So here comes the first one, W2B and R1B. So it's forming a conflict pair, that is T2 to T1. Are you all getting this? मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर रही हूँ, सिर्फ हम लोग conflict pairs find कर रहे हैं. Then next one is W2B and W1B is also there. So W2B and W1B. If you want to check it from here, you can do that. So read C के बाद there is no write C. Write B के बाद T3 के साथ conflict pair नहीं बनेगा. किसके साथ conflict pair बन रहा है? With T2. Next one is W3 of C. Any read or write operation? No, it's not there. Check for R1 of A. Is there any write operation? अब हमें specifically सिर्फ write operation चाहिए. Write operation is there but performed by the same transaction, so no conflict pair is coming up. R1 of B, write is there. इसके बाद सारे के सारे operation same transaction के, that means there will be no new conflict pair will be coming up. W1 of A, W1 of B. Or you could have directly checked it from here. After this, no operation is performed on the different transactions. इसने write operation perform किया and this is performing the read operation. We have already considered this, right? Did we consider this? W3 of C and W3 of A. I guess we forgot this W3 of A. So W3 of A से आपके पास एक conflict pair आ रहा है. This is writing and reading. W3 T3 to T1. So here we got all the possible conflict pairs. इनसे देखो distinct conflict pairs कौन से आ रहे हैं? T2 to T3, T2 to T1. We have already considered this, and T2 to T1 is also considered. T2 to T1 is also considered. Then next one is T3 to T1. So in short, we are getting three distinct conflict pairs. Now, out of these conflict pairs, is it possible to get any serial order which satisfies all these conflict pairs? I have found all the possible conflict pairs. अब यहां से आपके पास कोई भी serial order आ रहा है, या it is saying that T2 should come before T1 and T3. T2 should come before T1 and T3, and T1 and T3 में से T3 is coming first. So this is the serial order which satisfies all these conflict pairs. So this is the serial equivalent serial order. So since on the basis of the conflict pairs, we are able to get a serial order, so we can say that the given schedule is conflict serializable. जब आपके पास कोई equivalent serial order आ रहा है, so it is serializable. So given schedule is conflict serializable. Make sense? Is this clear? ये दोनों चीजें नहीं करनी है. स्लाइड देख के आपको लग रहा होगा पता नहीं मैम ने क्या किया. Either follow the direct approach or quickly construct the table, and easily you can find out all the possible conflict pairs. Goal is to find out the conflict pairs. It's up to you how you are going to do that. Is this clear, guys? तो अगर आपके पास कहीं पे भी साइकिल बनता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी आर गेटिंग अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट पेयर लाइक T1 to T2 and T2 to T1, तो अगर आप कोई भी सीरियल ऑर्डर लेते हो तो डेफिनेटली बोथ द कंडीशंस कैन नॉट बी सेटिस्फाइड. सो दैट्स व्हाई इन द टेस्टिंग कंडीशन ऑफ द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबल वी से दैट if there is a cycle in the precedence graph, then it is not conflict serializable. Okay. Okay, so let's discuss one more example. Just try to find out whether the given schedule is conflict serializable or not. Is this schedule is conflict serializable or not? Do you want to give it a try? Should I wait for 2 minutes? Check whether the given schedule is conflict serializable or not. आप डायरेक्टली कर सकते हो. Just take the first operation. It's a read operation on data item A. Check for the right operation. This is the right operation. So this is returning one conflict pair, that is T2 to T3. Then is there any right operation on the same transaction? So not forming a conflict pair. Read operation not forming a conflict pair. Right operation. So T2 to T1 is other possibility. T2 to T1. So let us write here all the conflict pairs T2 to T3, T2 to T1. Check for the next one. It's performing a read operation on data item C. Now we want the write operation on data item C, but this is on the same transaction, so not forming a conflict pair. And after that, there is no write operation on data item C. That means R3C is not forming any conflict pair. W3 of A and W3 of a W, write operation on data item A. So now we want read or write operation. So this is returning T3 to T2. Okay. And we can just stop here because here we are coming out with one more conflict pair. आपको बाकी सारे find करने की जरूरत नहीं है. This is saying that there should be some serial order which satisfies the sequence like T2 to T3 as well as T3 to T2. ऐसा कोई भी serial order नहीं है जो दोनों को satisfy करे. Since here the cycle is formed, cycle is getting created, T2 to T3 भी जा रहा है. This is going from T2 to T3 as well as 3 to T2. Since the cycle is getting created between T2 and T3, so we will say that this is not conflict serializable because here we won't be getting any equivalent serial order. राइट तो इस केस में आपको पूरा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने की जरूरत नहीं है. जब एग्जाम में सिर्फ आपसे ये पूछे कि whether the given schedule is conflict serializable or not, as soon as you come up with some cycle in the conflict pairs, just stop there and directly say that it's not conflict serializable. Okay, so I'll just stop here, but if you want to find out all the possible conflict pairs, you can do that, but it's of no use because we'll be just wasting our time because we have already got the answer. Read operation, so it's there. This is T3 to T1. One more conflict pair is coming up, and then is with T3 to T1 already we have considered. That's it. T3 to T1. Next one is W2. Write operation on data item A. It's performing read and write operation. So T2 to T1 is also coming up. That is already considered. T2 to T1 is already considered. Like this, you can find out all the possible conflict pairs. All right, comfortable? T2 to T1. I'm so sorry. T2 to T1. Guys, quickly give me the confirmation because after this I'll be discussing the testing condition and then we'll solve one or two more questions and finally I'll give you the assignment questions and we'll end our discussion. So basically this is the concept which I had to discuss. Is this clear that what is a conflict serializable schedule, or when can we say that the given schedule is conflict serializable or not? So here what we are saying is, what is the testing condition for conflict serializable schedule? If in the precedence graph, if the precedence graph contains the cycle, then the given schedule is, agar cycle aa gaya, then it is not conflict serializable. But if there is, if we are getting acyclic graph, if the precedence graph is acyclic means there is no cycle. If the precedence graph is acyclic, then the given schedule is conflict serializable. Okay, and its serial order, serializable है तो कुछ ना कुछ serial order होगा, and its equivalent serial order will be obtained by the topological algorithm. Okay, so here I have introduced two more terms. One is the precedence graph and other one is the topological algorithm. बाकी सारी terms हमने discuss की हुई है. So first of all, let's understand that what is this precedence graph. Precedence graph is a graph only. And can you tell me that what is the definition of a graph? Precedence graph एक तरीके का graph ही है. We know that graph is a set of vertices and edges. तो अब इस precedence graph में vertices क्या represent करेगा? Vertices will be representing the transaction numbers, or vertices is representing the transactions, and edge will exist between the conflict pair. Edge कब exist करेगी? If there exists a conflict pair between those transactions. Conflict pair between those transactions. Now, what do I mean by this point? Let us assume that we have got the conflict pairs as आपने conflict pairs find कर लिए. Conflict pairs are let's assume T3 to T1, T3 to T2 and T1 to T2. These are the conflict pairs. तो सबसे पहले graph में कितने vertices होंगे? It depends on the number of transactions. Since here we are having 3 transactions, I guess after this the graph will go beyond my image or not? No. Okay, fine. So here we have 3 transactions. So in our graph there will be 3 vertices, T1, T2 and T3. This is the meaning of the first point. That vertices are representing the transactions. तो हमारे पास यहाँ पे 3 transactions है. Now next one is edge कब exist करेगी? When there is a conflict pair existing between those two transactions. तो यहाँ पे conflict pair किसके बीच में बन रहा है? T3 to T1. So I'll be constructing the edge starting from T3 and this is representing T3 to T1. Next one is T3 to T2. Precedence graph is always a directed graph, so make sure that how the directions or in which direction you have to put the arrow. Then next one is T1 to T2, so it will start from T1 and going to T2. This is a precedence graph. अब precedence graph के basis पे serial order कैसे find करना है? For that, we are using the topological algorithm. After getting the precedence graph, we have to use the concept of the topological algorithm. It says that we'll delete each vertex of a graph one by one, but condition here is आप vertex को कब delete कर सकते हो? When there is no in degree. Okay? जब कोई भी in degree किसी भी vertex को कब delete कर सकते हैं? When there is no in degree. In degree means towards that vertex no edge is coming up. T3 में there is one in degree, एक vertex आ रही है T3 T1 की तरफ and एक edge बाहर जा रही है. So in degree and out degree both are one here. For T2 in degree is 2. We are looking for in degree 0. We can only delete the vertex where the in degree is 0. If you observe here T3 की तरफ से दो vertices हैं which are going outside. Sorry, two edges are there which are going outside but there is no incoming edge. This means that the in degree for T3 is 0, right? So I can delete this vertex and I can note down that in the result T3 along with the outgoing edges. T3 को delete किया along with the outgoing edges. Now we are left with a graph where we have T1 and T2. Right? Direction किस तरफ है? T1 से T2. Again follow the same process. Now T1 is having in degree 0. So I can delete T1 and I can note it here along with the outgoing edges. Now we are just left with one vertex, that is T2. and n degree is 0, so this is also deleted. Since at the end we are getting the empty graph, so definitely since here we have got the serial order, this means that this is the equivalent serial order. यहाँ पे आपके पास तीन ही कॉन्फ्लिक्ट पेयर्स आए थे, सो इट वाज वेरी सिंपल टू ऑब्जर्व कि सबसे पहले T3 आएगा, फिर T1 और T2 आएंगे. यू कुड हैव डायरेक्टली रिटन पहले T3 आएगा, उसके बाद T1 और T2 आ सकते हैं, एंड द रिलेशन बिटवीन T1 एंड T2 इज T3 के बाद T1 T2 में से फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल T1 शुड कम. सो दिस इज द इक्विवेलेंट सीरियल ऑर्डर. हमने यहाँ पे डायरेक्टली फाइंड कर लिया था, बट sometimes you are given with you are getting the complex precedence graph, so by using the topological algorithm you can find out the serial order. Okay, I have written the steps for you of the topological traversal algorithm. uh, in this, what we are doing is we are starting the process from the vertex with the in degree 0. So visit the vertex V with in degree 0 and delete the vertex visited vertex V. जिसकी इन डिग्री 0 है उस वर्टेक्स को डिलीट करो along with the outgoing edges. ओके, अगर आपके पास ग्राफ में ऐसी कोई भी वर्टेक्स नहीं है which is having in degree 0, this means that that graph is cyclic. ओके, और अगर cyclic नहीं है, in degree 0 मिल रही है, तो we will keep on repeating this process until the graph becomes empty. Make sense? Let us consider one example. T1, T2 and T3. In this case, we'll be able to get the serial order. Try to apply the topological traversal algorithm. When we are trying to do so, here the n degree is 1. Here also T2 की तरफ एक edge आ रही है, so n degree is 1. In degree is 1. There is no vertex present in the graph with the in degree 0, so we can say that this graph is cyclic graph. Is this clear? So please give me the confirmation if the testing condition and the topological traversal algorithm is clear to everyone. Testing condition for conflict serializable schedule and topological traversal algorithm. एक क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टली स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड पूछा गया था ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ टोपोलॉजिकल ट्रेवर्सल एल्गोरिथम. यू वर गिवन विद द ग्राफ एंड दे आस्क्ड यू टू रिटर्न द नंबर ऑफ सीरियल ऑर्डर्स. Clear, not clear? Yes, no, or you need more examples? Hurry up. Okay, let me give you one graph. Better idea is, let me give you one graph and you have to return that how many topological sequences are possible. Okay. Let us assume that you are given with, let me check if we have a free slide. No. Okay. There is a graph T1, T2, T3, T4 and T5. How many sequences are possible, or is there any sequence possible? You have to apply the topological traversal algorithm here and you have to return the sequences possible. This can be asked in the numerical answer type question. Let's see how many of you are going to get it right. We'll start the algorithm with the in degree 0. Is there any vertex with the in degree 0? For T1, in degree 0 because no edge is coming towards T1. T2 is having in degree 1, and T3 is having in degree 2, T4 is having in degree 2, and T5 is also having in degree 2. So we start the algorithm from the vertex with the in degree 0. So we'll be deleting T1 first, T1 along with the outgoing edges. We are getting here T1 along with the outgoing edges. So when it is removed, that means T2 के लिए अब in degree becomes 0, right? For T4 in degree becomes 1. For T3 in degree becomes 1. क्योंकि सिर्फ T2 से edge आ रही है, T1 वाली तो edges खत्म हो गई. Now T2 is the vertex with the in degree 0. So next we will be taking T2 here. So T2 will be deleted next along with the outgoing edges. For T4, this edge is not existing, this edge is not existing, so this becomes 0. For T3, this edge is gone, so its in degree becomes 0. Now, there are two vertices, basically how it looks like. Now we have T3 and T4 and T5. Only these vertices are available with these edges. Now we have two vertices with the in degree 0. That means after T2, we can take T3 or we can take T4. T1, T2 तो है ये. Here we got a choice because there are two vertices with the in degree 0. After that, if I'm taking T3, I'm going to delete it. Its in degree becomes 1. So next, obviously, we need to take T4. If I'm taking T4 first, तो T5 कब execute कर सकते हो जब T3 और T4 दोनों finish हो गए, because T5 is getting the value from T3 and T4. So T3, now we are just left with 1 vertex. So these are the possible sequences for the given precedence graph. Make sense? So two possible ways are there to get the serial, two possible serial orders are there for the given graph. Okay. I guess now you know that what are the conflict pairs, how to find out the conflict pairs, how to check whether the given schedule is conflict serializable or not. So basically, अगर conflict serializability पे question आ रहा है, what you have to do is just find out all the possible conflict pairs. From those pairs, construct the precedence graph. You know that what is precedence graph. And if the precedence graph is acyclic, तो हमें topological traversal algorithm apply करके एक sequence मिल जाएगा. That will be the conflict serial order. And if the graph is cyclic, यानी कि graph में कहीं पे भी cycle बन रहे, then in that case we say that the given schedule is not conflict serializable. So on the basis of this, I'm giving you a few assignment questions. Here you have to check just whether the schedule is conflict serializable or not. If it is conflict serializable, so definitely there will be some equivalent serial order. You have to return that. So this is the first assignment question. Check if the given schedule is conflict serializable or not. Assignment question number 2. Check if the given schedule is conflict serializable or not. And that's it. So testing condition क्या है यहाँ पे? If we have the cycle in precedence graph, then we say that it's not conflict serializable. And if it is acyclic, if we are getting acyclic precedence graph, acyclic precedence graph, then we'll say that the given schedule is conflict serializable. So this is the testing condition, but I want you to return the equivalent serial order as well. For that you have to use the precedence, you have to use the topological algorithm. Okay, so this is all about this session. I have given you just 2 assignment questions, so easily you can handle those questions. To get the PDF, to get the questions, obviously जो assignment questions है वो PDF में होंगे, PDF Telegram group में होगी. Telegram group is Shefali ma'am Testbook. and the link is in the description box. You can ask your doubts अगर concept में कहीं पे भी doubt है. Let me share my screen uh, just to show you that where is that link available. Okay, so this is what is going on. So here in the description, first link is for the NIC students, those who are dedicatedly preparing for the NIC exam. They can follow this master series, and the second link is for the NIC Super Coaching. If you want to purchase the NIC Super Coaching material, in which practice questions, programming concepts, technical, non-technical, each and every concept is covered in detail. So for that, you have to get the NIC Super Coaching. And third link is for the Gate Super Coaching Telegram group. जिस group की मैं बात कर रही हूँ, this is the link for that group. And here you will get all the PDFs. And the fourth one is for Super Coaching Gate. And fifth में आपको यहाँ पे कोड दिखाई दे रहा है शेफाली S. Okay, SHEFALIS. तो जब आप Super Coaching course purchase करते हो, then it is asking for the coupon code. Okay, to get more benefits. So you can use this coupon code, be it it will work for both the batches like Super Coaching, NIC Super Coaching as well as Gate Super Coaching. Let us talk about what are the benefits of the Gate Super Coaching batch. First thing is, here you will be having an opportunity to learn the concept from various educators, and if you see here, multiple courses are available. I'm going for the full courses. So all courses में subject wise course, full course सब कुछ आएगा. So full courses, full courses are there. Subject wise courses are lot many. First one is by the Gate Forum, second one is by Digimento and by Nimbus Learning, and by Testbook team itself, that is me and my team. So you can see the rating of these courses, and you can follow the lectures in order to clear your concepts. That is one thing. Second thing is, sometimes you come up with the doubts in some topics. तो ये कैसे होंगे, randomly किसी से भी पूछ लोगे? No. For this, we have the live series in which one session will be on one chapter of each subject. उस topic से related जो भी important concepts है, it's kind of quick revision. So in the live session, we'll be having the quick revision sessions followed by the previous year questions. These will be covered in the live sessions. So definitely in the live sessions, you can join the sessions, you can ask your queries, you can participate in the discussion. So this will happen in the live classes. Okay. And apart from that, जो भी टेक्स्ट बुक पास के बेनिफिट्स हैं लाइक मॉक टेस्ट, PYQs, टेस्ट सीरीज, each and everything is already there in the super coaching. You need not to purchase this exclusively. And you can also have a look over the profile of the super teachers. You can follow the demo classes, and study notes are also available. बट इस टाइम पे क्योंकि सब्सक्रिप्शन नहीं है, तो डेफिनेटली ऑल दीज नोट्स विल बी अंडर द लॉक. Okay, you won't be able to retrieve the data. So notes will be available on all the subjects, like engineering, mathematics, general aptitude. Formula notes are there. Formula notes are basically the short notes, uh, which is actually short notes are providing you the important concepts जो आप use कर सकते हो before the exam. Okay. And after that, okay, I guess it's hiding my image. Okay, so if you see here, formula notes are there and detailed notes are there in the PDF format. So जैसे मैंने detailed notes को retrieve करने की कोशिश की, तो आपको यहाँ पे lock दिख रहा होगा. Can you see that? This means that as of now, we do not have the access to access these notes because this is available under the super coaching, and we don't have the subscription for the super coaching. So what we need to do is we need to get the super coaching. If you are dedicatedly preparing for the GATE exam or for the other competitive exams, so just go to the pricing. Under this, you will be able to see three plans are available. One is the 3-year plan. This is basically meant for the students, those who are currently in the first year of BTech. And I'll recommend second year students to go with 2-year plan. 3-year plan आप ले सकते हो, but I don't think कि 3 years की actually जरूरत होती है, because 2 साल बहुत होते हैं कोई भी concept को understand करने के लिए. So 2 year plan is for second and the third year students, and 1 year plan is basically meant for the students, those who are in the final year or those who are the pass outs. So why you need to prepare for the gate in detail? This is because uh, when you are preparing for the gate exam, तो basically आप सारे के सारे concepts को detail में cover कर लेते हो, right? All the concepts are covered in detail. So after that, you need not to prepare for the technical concepts. Technical concepts prepare करने की जरूरत नहीं है because already technical चीजें आप cover कर चुके हो. You get it? Like the students, those who have prepared for the gate exam, तो उनको NIC की preparation में कोई problem नहीं आती होगी because they have already covered the technical concepts in detail. Same goes with the UGC net, same goes with the ISRO exam, DRDU. So these are the benefits of joining the gate. और बहुत सारे gate questions होते हैं, previous year gate questions which are directly asked in the exam. तो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चंस एग्जाम में आते हैं. सो दिस इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ सुपर कोचिंग. ओके, सो हियर इज the space where you can apply the coupon code. I have shared the coupon code with you, that is Shefali. Yes, just apply this coupon code. Anyone having any doubt? This is all what I wanted to discuss. Guys, anyone having any doubt? This is all from my side. So tomorrow we will be talking about conflict serializability के assignment questions, assignment questions from conflict serializability. And along with this, tomorrow we'll be covering the concept of serializability. Along with this, tomorrow we'll be covering the concept of view serializability. View serializability. Okay. So, as we have not covered the concept of serializability yet, so today there will be no masterclass. I'll see you tomorrow, Monday to Friday. Otherwise, we have the two sessions, one at 4 p.m. I'll share the link in the Telegram group for all the YouTube sessions. So make sure you are a part of the group if you want to get all the important links. So this session is on YouTube, and at 8 p.m. we have the session on the Testbook platform. Testbook Masterclass. In the masterclass, we are covering the PYQs. So you can go through the series. Last week, wali complete series available hai. For that, you need not to have any subscription. And in the YouTube, we are just covering the concepts. आपने देखा होगा मैंने practice questions लिए हैं, but I have not covered the previous year questions on the basis of the recoverability or conflict serializability, because anyhow we'll be covering the PYQs at the textbook masterclass. So make sure whatever concepts we have covered, it's clear to you guys. And apart from that, to get more clarity, it's very important to solve the practice questions or the assignment questions. Okay. So as the concept of serializability is not over yet, so today there will be no masterclass. This means that now I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Okay. Anyone having any doubt or query? If you don't have any doubt or query, so we'll end our discussion here because this is all from my side. I guess आपको shorts मिल रहे होंगे YouTube पे shorts होते हैं. In the shorts, what I'm doing is I'm just talking about a small concept in 1 minute video. It's kind of quick revision कि हाँ ठीक है इसमें यही होता है. Okay, so you can follow that. आपको मजा आएगा. एक एक मिनट के होते हैं shorts. Basically it's from like 50 seconds, say, or 1 minute 10 seconds or so. Okay. All right. So I guess there are no queries. So this is all from my side. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Please be on time and do revise the concepts and don't forget to solve the assignment questions. That is basically for your practice. And guys, यार अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगती है कम से कम वीडियो को लाइक करो and subscribe the channel and also share the words with your friends so that they too can take the benefit. Okay. Bye bye.